So if there's a person who scores really well, he's a topper in the class or she's a topper in the class, the teachers and the faculty naturally thinks that they're good at everything. So not having a back paper was the motivation for me to keep going and studying. Biochemistry, on the other hand, was pain in the ass, and it took so much for me. Life gives you choice of choosing. It throws balls at you that you didn't even know. Sometimes you end up enjoying things that you did not study for, and it's okay for you to go ahead and explore that option. Hello everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Alright, so it's been quite some time that I've taken time out to make Rida Point of View. We will be talking about studies. Also, I need to really work on my background. I get so lazy to set it up, but as they say, you know, if there's a reason for you to push things away from not doing it, then you probably might just sit down at whatever place it is and do it. So yeah, I'll work on the background. As of now, the video is important. So firstly, to begin with, I know there are a lot of people who are studying right now who follow me, and there are times where they do post or send in messages saying that, okay, we have our exams and everything. So I finished my graduation in the year 2019. As much as I wanted to do my masters, I could not because I started working right after. The relatability when it comes to studies has gone down like way crazy for me. So I was an average student. I studied well, and I had 0 back papers during my graduation. So I'm not gonna say I enjoyed it, but I never despised it. I have a lot of different perspective on this and a lot of opinions on this, but one of the things that I feel like is I come from a convent school. If you have to include LKG and UKG, that's like kindergarten. It would be like good 12 years in school, and we had the PU system then we have first PU and second PU, which also happened in Coorg itself. And then I came here to Bangalore for my graduation. One of the things that I felt the school would have done better is definitely, so you know, I've learned this, right? So if there's a person who scores really well, he's a topper in the class or she's a topper in the class, the teachers and the faculty naturally thinks that they're good at everything. So you're good at studies, so that means you're good at singing, you're good at dancing, and we'll give you all the responsibilities because you're good at numbers and you're able to study. So the average, as well as people who are struggling with this, might be capable of doing a lot of other things, but they never get the opportunity because you are weighed according to your number. And let me just tell you, as you keep growing, it changes a lot. Sometimes the person who's able to score the maximum of numbers might not be able to have social skills of communicating with another person, but the same thing with average and somebody who might not be good at studies but has physical skills, has skills with has practical skills. All of these kind of does make a very big thing when you are in the reality of the world, when you're finally here to experience other people, competition, let that be IT, non-IT, freelancing. All of this comes into picture, which has not been taught in our schools. And to break your bubble, numbers actually do not play a very big role. It's very important. I am not going to deny that education is important. It's very important. One of the school systems that kind of had a lot of my attention was the one from Pondicherry. So my sister and I just recently traveled there, and the Airbnb that we stayed at, he had studied in that school. The principles of the school was very simple. They did not have exams, they didn't have grading systems. You could learn until the 10th or until 12th of your class, and while you're going, you will be given a certificate that you have gotten the education and you know this and this. They also taught French, and the school is a French medium school. They get to, you know, choose their subjects. They get to learn not just this, but singing, music, how to have handiwork done, like literally all the life skills. The best part here is you're not graded for these life skills. You're taught, you're given the knowledge. The whole idea about education is for you to be aware about things happening around. But that kind of is taken away when we're in the school system, because we have this competitiveness that's built within us, where we are competing with each other, we're competing with ourselves about numbers, feeling down. But if you feel like numbers is what determines you, if you feel like this is what is the end, if I'm not able to score a certain set of number, then I will not be making in life, I'm so sorry, that's not true at all. This does not take away from the fact that I really want people to be educated, in the sense, please get your education done, finish your schooling, finish your college, get that degree, get on the job role to learn how it works, to earn your own money. All of this is very important for you to be financially independent, yes. If now when I think of it, I'm a content creator, and being an MC, that's not something that's been taught to you, right? You don't have a subject of how to host an event or how to be an MC. Being a model, that's not something that comes your way. It's just something that you want to do and you go for it. And these are not taught to you in schools or in colleges. With occupation, there is a lot of things that's opened up for us right now, from content creation, modeling, hosting events, running a business, entrepreneurship, so much more. Because at times you also have to consider the fact that our parents, a lot of them are not educated, but they still ran successful business. They found ways to make money, and all of this was not because they had a sheet of paper which told that, okay, this person has scored this and this and this is able to do this. Go ahead and study. It's important. Pass your exams, try to not have back papers, but don't feel like that's what's going to decide what you can do. Now, coming to the aspect of motivation, I think one of the things that I constantly keep getting is, how do I get motivated to study? Firstly, one of the things that helped me is I love writing, and I've written notes every time I've gone to school. Maybe I fall into that category, but that does not mean that, you know, I was smart and everything would go to my head. I had to sit down and study, and I've seen people who've studied for hours and hours together. One of my friends used to study till 4 in the morning, wake up at 6 o'clock and study again. I can't do that. I can practically put all of my energy and efforts as much as I can, and then when I feel like I'm overwhelmed or it's too much for me to take, I definitely take a break then and there and know that, okay, this is how much I've studied, I'll go ahead and give a shot at it. Again, this might be a perspective that's coming to me, because at times there are subjects that's really easy for me, and that was biotechnology and genetics, because I did my graduation in biotech, biochem and genetics, and genetics and biotechnology were the subjects that was easily, I was interested in that subject. So I just had to be present in the class, write the notes and study through it twice, and I was able to understand and pass through, okay? Biochemistry, on the other hand, was pain in the ass, and it took so much for me. So what I used to do with biochemistry is to actually sit and invest my time and energy there, know that I need to finish my portions, finish my chapter, it's exams, let's just get done with this, and I do not want to have a back paper. So not having a back paper was the motivation for me to keep going and studying. But yes, I always made sure to take breaks. I made sure to understand that, you know, this is where I need to say no, and this is where I have to just go easy on myself. So that did work. What are the perks? Now, coming to, a lot of them have a clear idea of what you want to be, and it is nice. It is nice that you're studying for that. I'm studying this and this because I want to be that, or I'm studying this and this so I could be this. But at times life gives you choice of choosing. It throws balls at you that you didn't even know. Sometimes you end up enjoying things that you did not study for, and it's okay for you to go ahead and explore that option. In the meantime, it's also important to always learn new things, and we have Google right now, we have YouTube, we have so much more, and university is not just a space that you can get information from, right? So as much as I want to do my masters, and I think I will eventually do it, I make sure that I'm getting enough knowledge from the internet, as well as from places that I can, from reading books and a lot of more things, which kind of keeps me on the loop, widens my bubble and horizon to know more of these things. So as I said, education is important, but education is different from studying, because here you are doing it for the sake of exams, you're doing it because you want to pass it out, or you need a certificate that proves that you've finished your degree, or you've finished your PU and you've finished your 10th. All I could say to every one of my fellow students out there is to just remember all the time that it is important for you to have your education, to know that you know the basics of how to speak, how to communicate, basic knowledge about things that's happening around the environment, the food, and a lot more of things that's important for you to survive. But in the meantime, know that numbers are not just the thing that justifies who you are. It does not define the kind of person you are, or your capabilities or your qualities, because your skills may be way better than the person who might score the best and best of scores, because you are capable of things that they might not be. So always know that numbers are not what defines you. You define yourself. So hang in there and give best shot at life, and know that, you know, you want to be the best version, and you're doing this all for yourself and not for anybody around. Much love, and I hope this has helped you in some way, sending all the love, light and strength your way. I love you all so much. Until next time, sayonara. This is me, Rida, signing off.